Hi. I just thought I would come on here. I have never done a live on my phone before, and I guess I never really knew I could. So, hi, April. I know I always do these things like kind of impromptu, and then people get mad because they're like, wish you'd tell me when you were on. But yeah, just sitting in the van, and I thought I would come on. And I don't know, yeah, I don't know how, I don't know how it works on the phone here. Hi. So, and this is why I don't like, hi. Hi, Angie. Hi. Is it Kari? I don't have my glasses on. What's up? From Florida. April, how's it going there? Wing it. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm trying to get ready to leave. My daughter is coming home in 2 days because her car wasn't working, so she's coming to pick up my car. So guess what I did today? You have a Road Trek 1998. Welcome to the Road Trek crew. Not too bad here yet. You're up in Jacksonville. Well, that's good. That's where Dr. Galani is. So good. I hope that it doesn't hit him hard. Hey. Yeah, it's so weird too. I should have, maybe I'll grab the stand so I can put it on. Again, I'm in the van. So it's just out tonight. I'm not out, but there is the stand. There it is. And you know what's funny is, okay, now I'm ready. I have my glasses here so I can read, and I have my thing. I'm gonna take, sorry for a minute, I'm gonna take this off here on the phone. Okay, come on. It's the phone case. There we go. Good evening, everyone. East side of the city and Riverside were almost all evacuated. I saw a lady. She was in like a, what do you call it? Like a, oh my gosh. Look at what happened. So I'm gonna set this down here so I can fix this. Hello, Kentucky. What was I just saying? Yeah, no, I was out tonight because I am starting a blog, and so I'm working on a website. So this is what I set you guys up on usually, and I'm just gonna put this in here. Let's see. Aloha. Are you from Hawaii, I take it? Good day. Sydney, Australia. You know, I really want to travel internationally, and Australia is one of the places. Sorry, I'm putting you in here. Could I put you under there? That I want to go. Okay. Now let's see what happens. So yeah, so I just thought that I would jump on here tonight. I know I haven't done a live in a while, and it's weird because, like I said, I I've never done a live on my phone. And so I thought I would try it because I thought, you know what, when I go on the road, so I am getting ready to go on the road. And my daughter, her car isn't working. So she is coming to get my car that would sit over the winter to drive. And yeah, today. I was telling my mom tonight, I was telling Joy, isn't it funny that I brought it to the car wash and I detailed it, I vacuumed it out and everything. And that car hasn't been detailed in years. And it's funny that you would do it for your kid, but you won't do it for yourself, you know? So, yeah, other than that, Michigan is chilly, 54 today. Yeah, it's cold. So that's why I know it's ready to leave soon. Because it is cold, not at night when I go to bed, but when I wake up in the morning, it is cold, 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 cold. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I told you guys like what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to see Jesse in Seattle. And then I'm heading to see Donna. I just talked to Donna tonight. And yeah, so we have things planned. So Donna will be back. And I am so... Does anybody else get that seasonal disorder, you know? And now it's starting to get dark at like 7:30. And yeah, I can already feel that feeling, you know, where you get just kind of, I don't want to say depressed, but you know, you can feel it that it's coming on. And that's why I leave in the winter here. So, anybody else got any questions? Yeah, so that's it. Other than that, I have been, I've dealt with seasonal disorder for years. Yep. You made your garden already. Oh, you miss your garden already. Yes, because everything's getting frozen over. I know. Yeah. I mean, there's already, oh, I'm going to turn on my, do you see this? So this is what's so nice. When I hear that little click, it means that the heat's going to go on. So that's what's so nice about the road trek, that you miss your pool already. I miss my nomad, Alaska and Hawaii. So yeah, last time I stayed, last year, so last year was the first year I left, okay? And I didn't leave till November 7th because I was waiting, how much money do you make from YouTube? Not much. This last time I only made $600. And so that's what's funny. Do you remember that girl that made like some video about me and how much I make? And she said I made like over $3,000 a month. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. And that's the thing, as I told you, as a pharmacy tech, you know, last Saturday or last Friday, I was doubled up on vaccinations. And I was thinking about it. You know what's funny? You know how you work all day? I worked from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And I left from 12 to 2 because I had to go get my mail and I had to go get my power pack for my mom because it was plugged in there. And I thought to myself, okay, I worked 10 hours. 10 hours sounds like I'm going to get a lot, you know? So if you make $17 an hour, it's $170 minus taxes. So I maybe made $150, $145. And I'm like, you know what? I could probably figure out an easier way to make money. How much videos like that make? Because you know what's funny on these? Like they go away after a while. So I only saw the end of that. Hi from New Zealand. Wow. Found you on your live. Hi. New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand. Who do I follow as a YouTuber? I follow like Eamon and Beck, the Van Wives. It's interesting. I'll pick up my van. Oh, nice. Picking up his van Monday. Yeah, no, I don't make a lot on YouTube. Like I said, I made $610 last month. And, you know, I post usually 3 times a week. And so if you think that making videos or, you know, if you want to do YouTube, and I'm not saying it, you know, at least you make money, but, you know, when you're doing videos, it's like, you know, you're taking the videos and you're following along and they have to edit them and upload them. Van wives. Yeah, I know. I know. I'd love to buy just an acre of land just to have a tiny home. And I still haven't gotten my taxes back. And usually, so last year, that's what I counted on was my taxes. The rumors of getting rich on YouTube are greatly exaggerated. Greatly exaggerated. Oh my gosh. You know, unless you get sponsors. And I don't have sponsors. I don't get sponsored. I get free stuff maybe. And I can't tell you all the people. I mean, I probably get, let's say, 10 to 15 companies reaching out to me a week. And honestly, like 95% of them aren't ones that like fit with me or my demographic. And I am not gonna like take something that's for free. Listen, I only have a small amount of space in this van. So to get something for free, and I don't want to say it doesn't mean anything because it does. Believe me, I'm very grateful. So I only say yes to the things. If you're making videos just to make money, you won't last very long. Exactly. And do you know when I started, my mom and I were talking about this. So when I started, it was just to make videos for my mom. I only had 58 followers when I left. And then I just, you know, got people following me. And I think that, you know, that's the thing. Once I get back on the road, you know, that's the interesting part. Otherwise, this is just my life. I've been home in the summer in Minnesota. And if you've been following me, when I got back right away in April, my mom moved May 1st, and then she was in the hospital. And then life just kind of goes on, and, you know, it's not that interesting. And so, you know, that's the thing. And I'm not here to make money. Believe me, that's the whole point of me. Like, I work hard. I'm not afraid to work hard. It's funny, I have to keep putting these on, and then they keep going away. Going to worry about Joy. I'm going to worry about her, too. I know. I was just saying that tonight, that, you know, hopefully nothing will happen to her. But problems with creepy PMs. You know, every once in a while, I think I told you about the guy that drew a picture of me. He was from Canada, and he drew it. Okay, he didn't just draw a picture of me. He drew a picture of me on his sheetrock in his basement. And so I said, is it in your parents' basement? Let's see, I moderate. Oh, see, this is the thing about I'd never done a live on my phone. And so the other ones like stay up for a while so you can read them. This one, they go away after a while. I heard you mention a tiny home. Oh, you mind? October 1st. Good for you. Is your van winterized? No. Well, I did the first year. I winterized it because I had it in my driveway. And it was so much work. I can't tell you. So if you plan on van life and you plan on like keeping it somewhere cold for, you know, the winter months or the cold months, that winterizing it is no fun. So that's why I need to leave soon before everything starts. I waited too long last time. Nothing happened to the van, which was great. But I was waiting for my mom's birthday, and then I left after that. But that was the first year, so I didn't know, you know, what to do or anything. So, so now I'm leaving sooner, and I have a colonoscopy. on October 12th. But I haven't had one in 7 years, and my brother passed away from colon cancer, so you're supposed to have one every 5 years. So I'm getting all the things done. If you don't know, like I had a mammogram, I had, everything checked out. And so I'm just like getting everything done before I leave. And yeah, so that's, I have all the fun. You know what's funny is that I know people think that van life, listen, I would not trade this for anything right now. Is there a way that you can have a live video with Joy? Yeah, and I will. I'll have a live with Joy before I leave. Life is just crazy. I was just talking to, so I met someone about a website. I'm starting an Adventures Over 50 website. So then I can like sell my jewelry and do stuff. With the merch here, you can't sell your own stuff. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna offer like coaching and stuff, and I can just do more things then, and then I'll blog all the places that I've been to and what I think of them and everything like that. So I'm actually excited about that. Because here's the thing, I'm at a precipice, okay? I'm at where either I try and like continue this, and I know it's hard to hear. I think sometimes when you watch someone, like, you're like, they're just videotaping their life and putting it on YouTube, But it is a job. It's, it takes time. It takes time to tape things. It takes time to edit things, And so I'm trying to like diversify and see if I can make some kind of living, but working. Do you know what I mean? Not just off the videos. I don't plan. Honestly, the videos are probably the least thing that you plan on making money on. And so this is good for anybody who wants to travel and start YouTube and think that they're going to make a living. It's not how it works, really. And that's it. I think most of the YouTube people make their most money off of sponsors. But like I said, I don't get money. I just like get in and trade. I review stuff. And those are the only things I accept are the ones that I really need, because the van isn't big enough. And what would I do with something anyway after I reviewed it and I don't need it? So I'm very choosy about what I pick now. So yeah, so being a YouTuber is not lucrative. It's not. So that's why I'm going to start a blog, because at least a blog, like if you go somewhere like the chicken coop, and you, hi Vicky, and you, talk about it and stuff, people who want to do that could find it still, and they can find it like a year from now or 2 years from now. And I love to write, and I want to talk more about the people and, my experience and stuff. So yeah, so I plan on starting, that's what the new website is going to be about. So yeah, so it's interesting because I get it. Like sometimes you think, listen, I've been there where you think like a YouTuber, like you shouldn't make money. What are you doing? You're just sharing your life. And it's funny, the guy tonight, he's one of my followers, Javier, he's helping me. He's an IT guy. He's helping me with my website. And, here's the thing. I don't think people understand that besides making the videos, there's still your whole life. Like I said, I worked 9 to 9 the other night. I still have to work to make money. I've had to replace the, front rotors and brakes. That was over $1,000. I had to fix the air conditioner in my car that my daughter's taking now. That was $500. And so Patreon, I know, and I've tried Patreon twice, but the thing was, I am the type of person, if you followed me, that I want you to get something for what, like, even if you pay me $5 a month, I want you to get something back, something worthwhile. And so what I'm doing now is actually I'm taking a digital, is it like a social media, like digital marketing class, so I can learn how to do all this stuff and like do it professionally. Does that make sense? Professionally, yeah. So that I know what I'm doing. You know, when you start this, like I said, when I started this, I just left the driveway. I didn't think anybody would follow me. Why would anybody follow me? I remember, if anybody is out there that remembers when I left, and do you remember, I think I was in a pilot, and that guy gave me a free coffee, and I was in the back, and I like started crying because I was so grateful that it gave me a free coffee because so many people were being so nice to me. And now that you can do it, thank you for that. Thank you for that encouragement. Because I think some people think that I don't have like any fear, and I don't want to say I don't have fear. I do have fear. I do have fear. But like I said, I think even leaving, because it gets comfortable being here. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm back in my own territory. I know where things are and stuff like that. Do you get the... sorry, I'm trying to read that, and then it goes away. It's not like on the laptop where it stays and you can kind of read it. But what was I talking about? Just by sharing your life experience. And that's the thing. Listen, you know that honestly, when I make money from YouTube, like when I started making money from YouTube, because I had saved money to do this last year. That was the first year. And it hasn't even been a year. It'll be a year. So I had given my notice for my place, and I moved out of there September 30th. And then for the month of October, oh, thank you. You've been with me from the beginning. Thanks, Deborah. For the month of October, I stayed in my sister's driveway, and that's, remember, when my mom came out, and she would knock on the door and say, hey, you want coffee? It was like 7 in the morning. That was before you guys really knew Joy. And so I didn't know what I was doing, and I think sometimes that's the way to do it, where, like, you don't know what to expect because you don't know what to fear. Does that make sense? People won't like your tiny home after living in a... Well, and that's the thing too. Here's the thing. Van life is not for everyone. And I know that. You know that. Not many people could live like this. But once you do, that when you do, van life culture needs to increase significantly. We need to bring back, yeah. So I know I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to read these things and then answering at the same time. Oh, now that the heater's on, it's nice and toasty in here. I have been reading about how rents have been going up so much. I mean, like doubling. And here's the thing, nobody's making any more money. And then, but, okay, they're doubling rents. So let's say you buy a van and you live in a van, you want to do van life or car life or whatever. But then they won't let you park anywhere. So the Walmart that I was parking at, you know, all the trouble that I had there. And I'm not parking there anyway. But they have a sign now that says no more overnight parking. So I have a feeling Walmarts will not have any overnight parking very soon. I mean, I would say there's probably a few of them. And that's how I used to like plan my routes. So I showed you before if you saw it. Like I have this map and I'd be like, okay, I want to go to this town. And then I'd be, okay, then I'd Google where's the Walmart in this city. And then that's where I'd head because I knew that there were a lot of things around there. And, you know, I could usually stay in the Walmart parking lot, but it doesn't work like that anymore. So now I will be looking for a Love's or a Pilot or a Flying J or something like that because honestly, I feel more secure in one of those parking lots than I do in a Walmart parking lot. 100%. So if you are starting van life, then that's what I would suggest. And I plan to, so, you know, I want to do coaching, but I want people to have access to, you know, I know when I started this or even started thinking about it, what are you going to watch? And again, it just goes away. Sorry about that. When I started van life, again, I didn't even know what I was doing. And that was probably best. It was probably best. I researched van life as far as like getting a van and what I wanted in a van, but as far as like, you know, all I thought was gonna, like, I was gonna wake up in the morning and open the back and I was gonna be in some beautiful place, you know. And I have been seeing too, like, about BLM land. I was watching a lady, so, you know, I started on TikTok. I thought I was too old for TikTok. Wow. There's a lot of people my age and even older on TikTok. And I have learned so much. I don't know where I've been. There is so much out there going on. And I understand now, like, it's funny, if anything, I've gotten more cautious because I've watched TikTok, from the sex trafficking to just everything that's out there and going on. And when I went, I mean, I never, and I will tell you, I really never ran into anyone that was not nice to me. They were more than kind. And I probably hit the golden ticket on that one, not knowing what I was doing and doing that. And yeah, I'll stay safe. No, and I will always, listen, you know, wait, another thing is, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I'm just going to tell you that. I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I told you, Rice Street on the east side. I don't even know if you can Google it, but yeah, nobody would live there. I mean, like, I couldn't go back there now to live. There would be no way. I would be too scared. But there's a intuition that you have, and you really have to listen to that. So, you know, some people, like, are more aware than others. I am always, always, always aware of my surroundings. I am always aware of who's around me. And again, I'm also a paralegal. I've been a legal processor. I think that has really done me well as far as being prepared for van life also. But I don't want to, I do have a conceal and carry, yes, having your conceal and carry, yes. But I don't want you to scare you either, because I know a lot of women watch me because they didn't think that they could do this, and I don't want to deter anyone from this either. And so this traveling will be a really interesting, I think, season. Because before I left, she can't see without her glasses. Well, I can, like, I read that without my glasses. But sometimes people leave long ones and I have to go like this. And what happens then is they fade away. So when you're on the phone, they fade away. When you're on the computer, they kind of just like go by. People ask me, be scared in a tiny house. And here's the thing, I don't know if anybody's safe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I was never aware of all the sex trafficking stuff. And I've been watching TikTok, and again, it's not to scare you. Like, you know, there's funny stuff, there's all this stuff. But wow, it's very informative. And it's not just like really young girls being targeted for this. It's, well, I don't know if it's anybody my age. I don't think anybody wants a 57-year-old to sex traffic. I mean, and I know I'm making light of the situation, and it's not a situation to make light of. But here's the thing, too. I realized, too, just like being sexually harassed when I was younger, as I got older, that nobody would do that now because of the way I carry myself. Like, and I just wouldn't let them. They know that I would confront them. But I was more vulnerable back then because I didn't have the confidence that I have now. And maybe that's it. It's, honing your confidence. And I have confidence in myself that I can do this. And it's so weird that people are like, you travel alone? You're doing this by yourself? And even my mom, she's like, I wish you could stay here. I wish you could sleep overnight here. Because I can't, because she lives in a 55 and older thing, and they sign a contract that, you know, I only stayed there because she had gotten out of the hospital at that time, and I had to help her. But listen, anywhere you live, it can be scary. It doesn't matter. You can go to a gas station. I saw a girl at a gas station, or like a TikTok thing, and they were targeting her. So it really doesn't matter. I could be here and go somewhere and have that happen. So I just choose, and like I said, I'm more afraid not to do it than I am afraid to do it. And maybe if you haven't been in my situation, like I said, what I've been through, that it would be different for most people. My mom's feeling really good. Yeah, they're still trying to get her medication. She still has to get like her blood taken, and they're like, oh, half a pill here, half a pill there, but she's doing really good, a lot better. But yeah, so I think that maybe that's the difference. If you feel like you have nothing to lose, and only things to gain by doing this lifestyle, then you're willing to do it. I don't know if that makes sense. And I was thinking too, you know, because, you know, I watch Eamon and Beck, the Van Wives, Kinging It, Nate and Kara, and they're all couples. And what's interesting is I think that a lot of times they're way more popular because it's two people interacting, and so there's more going on, plus somebody else can hold the camera, and it's just a better dynamic. Does that make sense? Like, because when it's just me, you know, I can only film so much, or I have to set something up or whatever, and I'm not interacting with anybody but like whatever I'm doing, like, you know, hang gliding or whatever. Let's see. Fear of the unknown holds a lot that holds us back, and that's it. And like I said, I think that and I'll go back to last year. So I don't know if I told you guys. I don't know, but I had a mammogram, and they're like, "Oh, we think we maybe see something," and so then I had to go in for, they had to put a needle in here. It was like this long. And then they had to take an ultrasound, and then they had to take a biopsy and stuff like that. And the first thing they asked me was, oh, has anybody had cervical cancer? I'm like, yeah, my sister. Has anybody had colon cancer? Yeah, my brother. Has anybody had breast cancer? No. I'm like, well, am I going to be the trifecta? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I was there for. And I remember laying, and I think there's moments that give you courage. And I remember laying on that thing, and I'm all by myself because I have no one. I mean, I don't have no one. I have all of you, but and no one with me. And the people around me, like, I have a lot of friends, but I'm so busy, like, you know, doing YouTube, taking care of my mom, helping my sister, you know, trying to do all the van stuff that I need to do, taking care of my daughter still, that I haven't had a chance really to even see anybody at home. You know, the minute I got back, my mom went in the hospital, and I had to unpack everything and, you know, get her house ready and stuff. And so, so I hang out with my mom the most. And so I remember laying on that thing and looking up, and, you know, they have like, oh, they have like a daisy or something, a sunflower maybe on the ceiling. And I thought about my sister and brother-in-law and brother, and, you know, anybody else, not just my family, but anybody who's given that that diagnosis. And I'm like, so I'm here by myself. And they already talked about like who's had cervical cancer, who's had colon cancer, you know. And so I'm thinking, oh, it's the trifecta, you know, maybe I get the breast cancer. And I've known people, 2 women at my work have had breast, well, one's going through it right now, and one has gotten through it. Well, she's still, you never, well, I mean, I don't want to say you don't never not get through it, but she's still like taking pills and stuff like that. Um, and really laying there, I thought, if I got that diagnosis, so I'd be scared of that. I'm not scared of dying, but just knowing what my family went through. And then it's more of like what the other people have to go through. It's not what you have to go through. You're thinking about what the other people have to go through. You know, I thought about my daughter and my mom. You know, my mom wouldn't be able to handle it. I can tell you that much. And so it's like, I'm just not afraid of whatever happens here, because I've put myself in this situation, and it's me living my life. And, you know, and so listen, I'm not asking for your money. I'm not. But whenever people bring up money, they think you're asking for money. This is not it. But what I am going to tell you is that I don't think I can't go back. You know, I'm working at Walgreens, and I'm working my ass off for $17 an hour. And I'm thinking, this is not, somebody brought up a quote by Brene Brown. And if you know it, tell me. I'm summarizing. And it said, oh, what was it? Oh, sorry, now I lost it. But, oh, we don't know how to relax anymore. Like, our badge of honor now is how busy we are. You know, oh, I can't do that. Do you know I work 60 hours this week? And I see myself doing that. And it's not a badge of honor. I'm pissed off. Like, I worked 10 hours and I made $150. Are you kidding me? There's got to be a better way to make money. Like, whatever it is, I want to figure that out. And here's the thing. I'm giving myself this one last year to try and, like, figure out what I need to do to not, you know, I love making jewelry. I want to make art. I have an idea of making art because I'm a creative. And that's what I want to do. And it would kill me. I was dying every second of every day working at that law firm. And that's another thing that scares me. Like, it's between like the law firm that makes me money, and that's the thing. All the other stuff I did, like, you know, doing the eyebrows and stuff, that makes money, but it's not consistent. And COVID like blew that out of the water. That was like, there was nothing left from that, you know? You couldn't make a living because you couldn't be close to anybody because you couldn't breathe on them. And so I just have to figure out what's next and what's gonna, and I don't need to make a lot because this is what I do. I mean, I don't need anything more than to sustain this lifestyle other than helping my daughter. So this is the 3rd car. I bought her first one. It was $11,000. That one got wrecked. I bought her another one. It wasn't her fault. Her friend got in an accident with it. Long story. And then bought her a $3,500 car, and now it's like jerking forward, and it's not even worth it to fix it. And so now I'm letting her take my car. And so, and I have money saved, but here's the thing. And I'm willing to spend what I have saved. So working for myself, and I know you'll think I'm crazy, and I don't know if anybody else has thought this, but here's the thing. I am not a gambler. And so I had a 401k, you know, because they matched it when I was at my law firm and stuff like that. And I never really understood like the semantics of, you know, how they say, oh, we're putting this in the pie and this in the pie and this is how much. Ooh, do you want to be, you know, do you want to go for it or do you want to be conservative, you know? And so I'm like, here's the thing. I deal with cash. You know what I mean? I don't have any debt. I deal with cash. So I just started saving my cash. So I don't have a 401k because I don't work for anybody. And so I put it all in a money market. And so I have a money market of cash. I'm not rich. I'm not rich. But that's what I have to figure out at 50, almost 57 next month. And listen, I'm doing better than, a lot of people. That this is kind of, I feel like I'm kind of in the fork at the road. Like, what do I do? So I'm going to try this and try and like use my creative self to do that, um, and see what happens. And if not, I guess I don't know I can't imagine myself giving up and going back to like a 9 to 5. And listen, I do not like frown on a 9 to 5. Listen, I wish I could do that, but my industry, working in the legal field, I thought I was going to help people, helping them file for bankruptcy, helping them file for divorce, helping them, a company try and screw somebody, out of who has mesothelioma because they had asbestos in their company, defending the priests, as an insurance defense company. And when that happened, I was like, I'm out of here. That's it. And so has anybody else come to like this thing where they've worked their whole lives? And I was like, I was talking about too, who wants to do the same thing their whole life? Who wants to like, and I'll just say a paralegal, who wants to be a paralegal for 45 years? Not me. You want to try different things. You want to, and so why is it frowned upon when you want to try something else? But I get that this world is not made up for that, for the creatives. The creatives, and I know you're probably a creative and you're working in an industry where you're like, I want to be a creative. And so I hope that, listen, I don't want to say I'm struggling right now, but here's the thing. Like, I always feel like, okay, what am I going to do next? How am I going to keep bringing money in? Because I haven't gotten my taxes back yet. And again, I'm not asking for money. I had my makeup job, and that'll help me like get through all this or whatever. But, and I know, and here's the thing. I'm not even going to say that because I am always caught. Do you know what I mean? I am always, everything always works out. Everything always works out. It always has. I'm 57 and I can look back and I can say it has never not worked out. I have never gone without food. I have never gone without a roof over my head. I have never gone without. If anything, I've had too much. And so I'm not even going to put that out there. I have more than I need. And yeah, I'm not going to be scared. And I think that's the decision that you make. That, and honestly, thanks. I'm glad I came on here because I just pumped myself up. That there's nothing for me to fear. There is nothing. And I have friends. Donna's like, Tracy, come on down. We'll be here. I have people that have got my back. Joyce always got my back. Even though I tell her, I don't need it. She keeps trying to like, I want to buy you a generator. I'm like, Mom, no. She's got her own struggles. She's only got so much. She goes, I never planned on living till 93. So she's got her own struggles. We're all on a budget. But I am not going to be afraid. And I am glad that I had this talk. I'm glad I had this talk with myself. Pretend you're in the 20s. I'm turning 52 in a couple days. Happy birthday! So here's the thing. So like I said, I've talked this through. It's kind of like a life coaching thing. This is life coaching. You ask questions and then you get the answers. And here's the thing. I'm the only one that has the answers for me. Like nobody else has the answers for me. And I already know. Here's the thing. There's no not moving forward. Do you know what I'm saying? because I'm here and I'm already getting depressed because it's like getting cold and whatever. And I can't even imagine, like if I want to go to snow, I want to drive to snow. I don't want to have to be here because I'm stuck here in snow. I hope that makes sense. And I know that, and I'm really resourceful. I'm very resourceful. And I know I'll work my ass off. Do you know what I mean? I am not lazy. I'll work 10 jobs. I'll do whatever it takes. Listen, learning how to do this website, I was sitting there in the library all day like, okay, this is what I do. I'm taking this marketing class. And I met with Javier, and he's very helpful. And so it'll just all work out. And I know it will for you too. I know it will. Whatever your dreams are. And that's the thing. Again, I forgot that I was magic. How could I forget that? I'm the one that tells you that. I was thinking that the other day. So listen to this. So I was thinking about the chicken coop, and talk about magic. That a bird doesn't even have to be with another bird. And they form like this shell in the middle of the night, like an egg, and it comes out. Is that not magic? I don't know. And having a baby, like creating another human, is that not magic? Just find a job in Sedona. Well, I was thinking about working for Walgreens in Sedona. Sedona is, and I will tell you this, so I lived in Sedona for, 6 weeks or whatever. And if you think we're hurting in the economy, they're really hurting because they're a very small place. And, and I'm not going to stay there. I might stay there for a month or two. We'll see what happens, because I can't really plan too much. And I thought about getting a job there, and I will if I can. I was thinking about working at the Walgreens there because I'm sure they could use me. But they are, Donna, I just talked to Donna last night, they're having like monsoons. So before they were drier than the Sahara. They had no water, no nothing, and now the water won't stop. So it just kind of like, one or the other. And listen, I don't need that much to live off of. I don't. And that's the beautiful thing about this lifestyle. And that's the whole plan for this year. It's not like I'm traveling, traveling, going. It's like I'm planning to stop and stay for a while and then hunker down, and, I don't have to pay for rent or, hookups or anything like that. So eggs are magic. They are. That's so funny. Eggs are the weirdest things I think about. You don't eat. I wish you could get my brain. No, you probably don't want to get my brain. I was like, how do they form a hard shell and then push that out in the morning, and nothing's ever happened during the night? And I can't imagine they wake up in the morning like, yep, gotta lay some eggs. And then we eat them, and that's what we use as food, as protein, as, a breakfast. It just is, it's beyond magical. It's beyond magical. So, but that's the thing. And that's how I'm going to end this. That you've all made me in a better mood. I've talked this out. And things will just work out. And I feel held. Does that make sense? There's no way. I won't fall because people will catch me. And I hope you have people that will catch you. And if you don't, just know there's people pulling for you. And, and that's what I feel like I've gotten through just doing YouTube. People that, I can't tell you the people that I feel care about, well, or my mom, but about us. And it's a beautiful thing. It is. I wish you could all feel the love. And I know, like, the support that I have from you guys. So there's no way that this will not work out. I'm convinced there's no way. Whatever it is, whatever the journey is. And it's going to be a fun ride. because get ready for some adventures. Some adventures. Because that's what I'm going to do this year. Last year I was just trying to figure it out. And this year, I'm taking you. Hopefully it's not like a hang gliding thing that tips over or anything. But even then, that was fun, you know? So thanks you guys for listening to me because I've talked it out. I'm not worried anymore. It'll all work out. It'll all be good. It always is. It always has been. I'm 57, and I don't know if I told you this story before, but I'll tell it now just to end. I'll wrap this up, okay? So, you know, I grew up Catholic, and then I was like checking out different churches, and I went to this church, and the priest was talking about how this person, you know, goes up to God, the angels are on the side, and he's dragging this cross, and he's dragging it, and he's like, you know what, God, I just can't handle all this. I just can't take it anymore. And God's like, okay, angels, take the cross off of him, and, you know, okay, then now take him to the room, the cross room, and I'm summarizing like the story. Take him to the cross room and go there. And so the angels take him to this room, and they open the door, and there's all these crosses. There's like huge crosses. There's tiny crosses, you know, there's crosses all over. And they say, okay, pick one. And he's like, he sees a really small one in the corner, and he goes, I'll take that one. And they say, that's the one you just dropped off. So you never know how heavy your burdens are. You know what I mean? People carry burdens, and that's how I feel right now. My burden is not that heavy. I don't have any worries. I got a plethora of things I can do. I could make money. I'll go to McDonald's. I'll do whatever it takes. And that's what I know about myself. I'm a hard worker, and I know I have joy, and I know I have all you. Do you know what I mean? To like cheer me on and support me. And so I will never not be held. I will never not be held. And you will never not be held either. So know, whatever you're fearing and whatever you want to try, that you will be held. Okay? I know you will. So, thanks you guys for coming tonight. I didn't know I was going to do this. This was just impromptu. And so, yeah, I feel good now. I hope you feel better too. I don't know. But I will see you on Friday. Tomorrow night, Joy and I are doing our video. So you'll have a little bit of joy on Friday to start your day. We all need that. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye. Thanks, everyone. Do not forget your magic and your health, okay?